2 months ago, I decided to try something new, selling Pokemon cards online to see if I could recuperate some funds for this amazing hobby. Or expensive. But here's the thing, I had never sold a single Pokemon card before, and I had 3 burning questions going into this challenge. Number 1, where is the best place to sell Pokemon cards? Number 2, how much can I actually make selling them? And number 3, is this something I can do consistently as a side hustle? Over the next 60 days, I tested different platforms, sold a variety of different cards, and also learned a ton along the way. In this video, I'll share the realistic results of my challenge, how much I made, and whether selling Pokemon cards is a viable side hustle. If you're new here, my name is John and I help beginners collect Pokemon cards. Feel free to subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and also join our free Discord community linked down below if you'd like to connect. Before diving into my results, let me break down the main ways you can sell Pokemon cards. There are essentially, in my opinion, 6 different platforms to choose from. You have eBay, Whatnot, TCG Player, in person through Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp, vending at local card shows, and selling directly to local card shops. Right off the bat, don't sell directly to local card shops. You're gonna get the lowest return, but I must admit, it's pretty convenient and easy. During my 60-day challenge, I managed to try 5 out of these 6 methods. Each platform has its own unique advantages and challenges, which I'll walk you through based on my personal experience. The first platform I experimented with was Whatnot, which is essentially a live streaming marketplace where you can auction off your cards in real time. On paper, it seemed perfect. They have the lowest fees compared to TCG Player and eBay, which should mean more profit. However, I quickly ran into a major problem. It was incredibly difficult to sell cards at a market price. Cards that were worth $6 to $7 on other platforms would often sell for $4 or less during my live streams. I think the platform would work much better if I already had an established audience that I could direct to my Whatnot streams. After a few disappointing sessions, I decided to put Whatnot on pause. The potential is definitely there, but it might require more audience building before it becomes truly profitable for me. If you already have a following on other platforms, this could be a great option for you. After my Whatnot experiment, I moved on to TCG Player, a platform specifically designed for trading card games. Getting approved as a seller took about 2 weeks, which was longer than I expected. The fee structure is similar to eBay, but there's one significant drawback. TCG Player doesn't have an integrated shipping label printer. This means you have to manually input customer information and addresses into another shipping provider like Pirate Ship, which adds an extra step to the fulfillment process. During my challenge, I only managed to sell about $20 worth of cards on TCG Player, making me a level 2 seller though. I noticed that trainer cards and competitive cards seem to perform best on this platform, likely because many buyers are active players rather than just collectors. One thing I absolutely love about TCG Player is how quick and easy it is to list cards. The interface is designed specifically for trading cards, so you don't have to fill out as many details as you would on a general marketplace like eBay. I'm gradually building up my TCG Player store and expect it to be more profitable over time as I list more inventory. eBay quickly became my primary selling platform during this challenge. Despite its notoriously high fees, I found that the large buyer base made it worth the cost. That said, you absolutely need to calculate your fees correctly before listing. I've made this mistake a few times and actually lost money on about 3 out of my 50 plus sales. Unlike TCG Player, eBay's listing process is quite time consuming. You need to take multiple photos, write descriptions, specify dimensions, and select from numerous condition options. However, I discovered that eBay seems to attract higher end buyers who are willing to pay premium prices and above market price. Interestingly, I found success marking up my cards 10 to 50% above market price on eBay, and people actually bought them. While that might sound excessive, consider that a $3 market price card selling for $4.50 isn't a huge difference for the buyer, but it significantly improves my profit margins after fees. I believe my target audience on eBay consists largely of collectors looking for near mint cards to grade, which explains why they're willing to pay a premium for quality. The platform also makes shipping easy with integrated label printing, which saves time compared to TCG Player. The most profitable channel by far turned out to be local sales through Facebook groups, Facebook Marketplace, and OfferUp. I made approximately $600 selling cards through these platforms, more than half of my total revenue during this challenge. When selling locally, cash is definitely king, though I also accept Zelle for convenience. Every person I've met for a transaction has been extremely friendly, and I've even developed relationships with several repeat buyers. The main advantage of local sales is avoiding platform fees and shipping costs. which means more profit for me and better prices for buyers. It's a win-win situation. Plus, building connections in your local Pokemon community can lead to trading opportunities and insider information about card shops and events. I once had one of my previous buyers actually let me know that they had prismatic evolutions in stock at my nearby Target. The only real downside is the time spent communicating and negotiating with potential buyers. After spending 10 to 15 minutes discussing a deal, it can be frustrating when someone backs out. To save time, I now include in my listings that serious buyers should calculate 90% of TCG market prices themselves if they want to know my selling price. This has been well received and saves me from doing calculations from window shoppers. I can't tell you how many times I've done the calculations for several cards only to have the buyer back out. In addition, planning out meetup spots or meetup time and making sure that your buyer shows up on time is also something that's pretty tedious when it comes to selling locally. But overall, I'd say my experience selling locally has been quite profitable, and it's allowing me to build more friendships and connections within my community. So what were the final results of my 60-day challenge? In total, I generated approximately $1,100 in revenue, primarily from eBay and local marketplace sales. From TCG Player, I made around $20, and from Whatnot, I also made another $20. Considering I was starting from zero experience, I'm pretty satisfied with these results. This averages up to about $550 per month, or about 20-ish, 15-ish dollars per day. While it's not enough to quit your day job, it's definitely a respectable side hustle that can help fund your own collecting habit, which was exactly my goal, to use Pokemon cards to help fund for more Pokemon cards. If you want me to create a dedicated video with detailed instructions on how to sell Pokemon cards effectively, comment the word "me" down below. The most unexpected outcome of this 60-day challenge wasn't just the money I made though. It was how it completely transformed my approach to collecting Pokemon cards. I've now incorporated buying, selling, and trading as core components of my collection strategy. Here's how it works. I search for collections on Facebook Marketplace and other local platforms, then purchase them at around 65 to 70% market value. I keep the cards that I want for my personal collection, then I sell or trade the rest at 100% or more market value on eBay or locally. This approach has allowed me to significantly upgrade my collection while keeping costs manageable. In some cases, I've even made enough profit on the cards I resell to completely cover some of the costs of the cards that I actually want to keep. What started as a simple experiment has evolved into a sustainable strategy that makes collecting more affordable and even profitable. I've learned that the T in TCG doesn't just stand for trading in terms of gameplay. It can also represent the trading aspect of buying and selling. The skills I've developed over these past 60 days, evaluating card conditions, knowing how to use eBay, Whatnot, and TCG Player, pricing competitively, negotiating deals, and understanding all these different sets from all these generations of Pokemon, this has made me a much more knowledgeable collector overall. I've learned about sets that I've never heard of before. I've learned about cards that are still valuable even though they're like years old. And I also can spot a good deal more easily, avoid overpaying, and make informed decisions about which cards I want to buy. One of the most rewarding aspects of this whole experience has been connecting with other collectors and players. Every transaction is an opportunity to meet someone who shares your passion, exchange knowledge, and potentially form a lasting relationship within your community. I've had buyers turn into trading partners and even made friends who now give me tips about restocks in my local Target or simply just deals that they come across. This social element adds a dimension to the hobby that you can't simply get from just buying packs and ripping them open yourself. Whether you're looking to make some extra cash, fund your collection, or just become more involved in the Pokemon community, selling cards can be a gateway to all of these things. The key is to start small, learn as you go, and always treat others with respect and fairness. Based on everything I've learned during this challenge, here are my top 3 tips for anyone looking to start selling Pokemon cards. First, know your platform. Each marketplace has its own strengths and weaknesses. eBay is great for rare cards, TCG Players for competitive cards and easier listings, and local sales for bulk deals. Calculate all your costs. Always factor in fees, shipping supplies, and your time when pricing cards. What looks profitable at first glance might not be after all expenses. Third, build relationships. Repeat customers are golden, but be honest, communicate clearly, and package cards well. because your reputation when it comes to selling will become one of your most valuable assets. Remember that selling Pokemon cards isn't just about making money, it's about participating, and that's what I found out. I'm more active in the hobby that I actually love. The knowledge and connections you gain are often just as valuable as the profit that you make or that rare card that you pull. For anyone looking to make their Pokemon card hobby more sustainable, I highly recommend giving selling cards a try. Even if you start small with just your duplicate cards, you might be surprised by how quickly it can grow into something more substantial. If you're interested in learning about how I buy rare cards worth hundreds of dollars at a significant discount, make sure to check out this video next. In that video, I break down my exact strategy for finding valuable cards at bargain prices and how you can do the same.